The client needs to install a camera and access point at this remote location. There's about 250 meters between the setup spot and the router. He wants to use single Ethernet cable to connect both devices. Will it work? Let's find out. First, let's see what we have in this setup scenario. We have a network video recorder in the building. This is the cable connected to the router to have the internet access. At the remote location, we have a camera and access point. We need to use this PoE Ethernet cable to connect both devices to the network in the building. We are facing several challenges. The first challenge is the distance. If you read the specification of the network switch, you realize the distance is specific to 100 meters with the Cat5 or Cat6 Ethernet cables. But now we have 250 meters. It's much beyond 100 meters. We need to find a solution to extend the network to reach up to 250 meters. I'm going to use this long-range PoE switch in this setup. There's long-range chipset built into this PoE switch. This PoE port can reach up to 500 meters with 100 megabit per second speed. Now let me power up this long-range PoE switch and connect this cable from the router to one of these PoE ports. I think it's better to use this uplink port since this uplink port has the 1000 megabit per second speed. So we are going to use one of these uplink ports to work with our router to have the internet access. Then I'm going to use this short patch code to link another uplink port to our network video recorder. Alright, the setup is ready in the building. Let's move to the remote location. This is another end of the Cat5 Ethernet cable. Can we connect this cable to this device directly? I'm afraid it's not going to work. I know I said the long-range chipset can push the data up to 500 meters, but the TCP/IP network is the two-way communication. The switch needs to send the data up to 500 meters, and the device also needs to return the data up to 500 meters. Unfortunately, both devices are just a regular device. There's no long-range chipset built in, so we need one more device called PoE extender. There's long-range chipset built into this input port of this PoE extender. And we connect the cable to this input port, and we can have the long-run network with the long-range chipset in the building. We have this output port which can work with our device. But we are facing second challenges. We have two devices but just one Ethernet port. And we need to split the network to two ports by using one more device called a one in to out PoE extender. There's one input port which can take the PoE in, then it will split two out for two devices. Let me attach this device to the wall and use a short patch code to link output port to our device. Now we have two PoE ports to work with our IP camera and access point. Let me use another short patch code to link the camera to one of these PoE ports. Now the camera is taking the power. Let's connect the access point to another PoE port. Now both devices are working. It looks pretty simple, right? We use one Cat5 Ethernet cable to connect both devices to the network in the building by using the long-range PoE switch. But actually the client reported the issue quite soon. After a few days later, he realized the camera is just off light at night. It is working great at daytime. There's one issue in the setup, the power budget. This PTZ camera consumes about 25 watts when the infrared is on at night. This access point consumes about 4 watts. This two PoE extender consumes about 5 watts. Totally it needs about 34 watts for this edge device. We didn't count the power loss in light. As we know, the longer the distance, the more power loss will be. Since now we have about 250 meters long run PoE, totally we may need about 40 watts from the long range PoE switch. But that PoE switch cannot supply enough power for this edge device when the infrared is on at night. That is the reason why he saw the cameras offline at night. We may need to change this setup to put another Cat5e Ethernet cable to connect the IP cameras from the long-range PoE switch. Now let's make the change. I'm going to connect second row of the Cat5e Ethernet cable to our long-range PoE switch. Now we have two independent Cat5e Ethernet cable pulling from this long-range PoE switch to the edge. Each cable can carry 25 watt maximum power budget. Totally we could have 50 watt power budget. Increasing the cable is the way we can increase the power budget. Now let's make the change at the edge. First, I'm going to connect this cable to our PTZ camera. So this PTZ camera can have up to 25 watt maximum power. And we no longer need this 1-in-2 out PoE extender since we have two independent cables coming from the long-range PoE switch. Let me remove this PoE extender. And use this short patch code to link our PoE extender to this access point. Now both access point and the PTZ camera have the independent link returned to the long-range PoE switch. Oh, one last thing, I also need to turn on the CCTV mode. At this moment, we see no live video on the monitor. After I turn on the CCTV mode, now we see the camera's live video on this network video recorder. The CCTV mode will step down the network speed of the last 4 PoE ports to 10 megabits per second to exchange the longer run up to 250 meters. You see we didn't use any PoE extender next to this camera, but we do need a PoE extender for this access point since we want to have at least 100 megabits per second network speed for this access point to provide the Wi-Fi coverage. But for the camera, 10 megabits per second is enough. So that is the tricky thing to use this CCTV mode to have the up to 250 meter long run without using a PoE extender. Alright, that's all for today's video. If you have any question, please leave a message in the comment section below.